What's good, YouTube? This is Converse Squad Gaming here with our team member Terry Cockerill Jr., who got what place?
18th place.
18th place at the St. Louis Regional. And what were you playing, Terry?
I was playing Mystic Mine Chainburn.
All right. So, what were your matchups like the day?
I played against three Salaman Great, three or four. It was three Salaman Great, two Subterra Guru Control, two Danger Thunder Guard Dragon, and one Orcust, which I lost to Orcust. So, I mean, especially game one. When you break, you break. That's what it is.
All right. Let's go ahead and see your deck.
All right. Main deck 40. Start off the monsters, Lilith. Pretty much everyone knows what this card does, practically. It's a quick effect to contribute itself to reveal 3 normal traps from my deck to my opponent. They do not know which one randomly gets set, but one randomly gets set to my spell trap zone. This card was just amazing during the event. It only got called by the grave like once, but still, I mean, it's even just amazing to activate the field spell, summon this. It doesn't auto-pop itself, and it just allows it to actually be usable on your first turn. This card was really, really good. And really flexible, too. Spells.
No other monsters?
Nope, no other monsters, just 3. Pretty much Mystic Mine. This is probably one of the most ridiculous and most powerful controlling cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Aside from, I don't know, maybe Salaman Great Roar, depending on which deck. But still, this card is just absolutely ridiculous. It hits more. It's so flexible. Being able to stop monster effects and attacks just says that, especially in OTK combo-based decks, doesn't mean that they're able to OTK you. Like, this card was just insane. This really just made the deck so much more consistent and strong. I played pretty much all your standard turbo cards. 3 duality. That was amazing. The only thing that kind of sucks is this is the only card that can't really play under Colossus, because Mystic Mine, of course, doesn't negate, just prevents activations of monster effects. But still, it was really, really good. 3 Extravagance and 3 Demise. Basically, 9 turbo cards, roughly 15 ways to get to the field spell. These worked amazing throughout the whole event. And then 2 1-ofs, 1 Wave Motion Cannon, 1 Terraform. I really wanted to side this, but I did not have a second Wave Motion Cannon. This card, I got up to 5 counters against Salaman Great, distributed off, and then just Desert, and then chained Ojama Trio for game. And it was like, wait, what just happened? I thought we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I realistically would just side this because the field spell is so strong going second. This is just amazing in the side deck. So that was all my spells that I used. The traps. 3 Trap Trick. This allows this deck to have so much consistent flexibility in going for whatever it is that you need. If you need access to the field spell, like a second Metaverse if you get ashed, or which came up quite a bit, you were able to access it. Not only that, but you was able to access another really powerful control card I was also playing that gave the deck a ridiculous amount of flexibility. Trap Trick is just so ridiculous. This is one of your 3 ways to get to the field spell. I just love this card. 3 Metaverse. This is, of course, the dumb card that allows you to flip it on your opponent's turn, and then you activate the field spell after they summon something, or you just lock them out with a card that's coming up, Ojama Trio. A lot of people just really dislike seeing this card being flipped face up on their turn. Like, this often might get ashed, but still, you have access to another one, and even then, it's just a really strong, consistent card. That's one of your 3 ways to get to the field spell. Then the Burn Engine, 3 Secret Barrel, 3 Secret Blast, and 3 Just Desserts. Those are the main Burn Engine cards I played, just 9, it's pretty standard. This, if they summon a monster in their extra monster zone, and if you kill like an Ojama token with Lilith, which I did against Subterrors, they linked away. I flipped Ojama Trio, locked out their zones, swung into a token, activated another Ojama Trio, and then just burned them for 3k. It was insane. And Secret Blast, being able to do an extra 1,000 was really good. I did this against Danger Thunder Guard Dragon. They twin twisted my back row. They hit Just Desserts. I chained Ojama Trio, and they blew this up, so they took a lot of damage. They had over 9 cards on board. So that was about 6,400 damage. And then this card I kept bringing up, Ojama Trio. This card is just so dumb. Realistically, this shouldn't have been brought back to 3. This should still be at 1, because this card makes the deck about as consistent as it can be with the field spell. I mean, yes, Metaverse is the key component to making the field spell usable on your opponent's turn, but this card just says, well, I mean, people just look at this deck and they think, well, I'm not going to summon anything. This gives them something. So that way it's like, well, I can't really play around that. Even if you don't open the field spell, you can just, if they're trying to summon in a certain zone, you can just block off that zone and they cannot tribute over it, which was hilarious against Subterrors. They couldn't tribute off the tokens or anything. And if they get destroyed, it's 300 damage, which that's kind of irrelevant, but just blocking off zones and limiting by how much they can extend is really, really good. Double Dark Bribe. I main decked this, and I'm glad I did, because this stopped so many things that try to counter this deck. Sure, a lot of people weren't really prepared for this matchup, but this card, I feel, just was really good of a choice to main deck, because Twin Twisters, a lot of people were main decking or at least siding, so I didn't really have to play around with my side deck as badly for this. This negated Red Reboot, Twin Twisters a bunch of times. It was just a really strong card. I really like this card. And then my last one-ofs, Ring of Destruction, Spot Removal. I really just, the card was alright, but I'd really, if I had to choose, and here's my other one, I'd really just rather play a second Balance of Judgment. This card is ridiculous. And then when Waking the Dragon. This resolved 4 times during the event. They blow this up in the field spell. Next turn I activate Wave Motion Can, then they blew their back row removal, and if they blow this up, I get to summon anything from my extra deck or my main deck, so I'll just like summon Lilith. It's like, hey, you just gave me a free trap. It was really nice. Balance of Judgment, this actually won me 3 games during the event against Salamangreat. It was literally round 2. They attempted to make a board that had the field spell. They had set Roar that turn and set the other trap that turn. Rage, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And so they had set them both that turn. They couldn't activate them. They dropped 7700 on board. I flipped Ojama Trio, gave them as much as possible after they linked off in main phase 2. Or no, in main phase 1. And they got rid of as much as possible. They swung for 7,700 damage when they attacked after I used Just Desserts and all my burn cards to do about 5,000 damage. I activated this, drew 6 cards because he had 7. I had only this on field and nothing in hand. They blew up my field spell Twin Twisters. I drew 6 cards. I drew Evenly Matched, Pav Extravagance, Demise, and the field spell off of this card. This was multiple times that came up. So the Salamangreat player, game 2, dropped 7,700 damage on me in the battle phase. I was at 300 at the end of his battle phase. I just dropped evenly, and he couldn't negate because he set the counter trap that turn. This card was absolutely stupid. Next turn, it was Summon Lilith and attack direct for game. It was the memes. Oh my goodness. It was especially hilarious after they ashed the Metaverse, and then you just play through all your back row, and then you just draw your side deck cards.
Ooh.
It was absolutely insane. I would definitely play 2 of this, because if you play 2, it's trap trickable. I've seen some builds play 2.
It's got to feel real bad to ash the Metaverse and then just get hit with a Balance of Judgment.
And then can I just go +6 for free? Because you overextended?
Stupid.
I know. And Ojama Trio, you give them 3 more cards.
Oh.
That's what's really, really dumb about this. Like, not only can you block their zone, but you can just use up all your burn cards and then just draw into multiples.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. Just free advantage. I really, really love that card.
And main deck 40?
Yes.
Now for the extra deck. Or the side deck. Take a pick.
Take extra deck.
All right.
Realistically, a lot of this didn't really even matter, of course, because these are just extravagance targets. I realistically just did not have Mega Fleet, so this kind of really didn't matter. Link Spiders. In case if I ever had to play against anything that would give me tokens, which is really weird, but I'd be able to get rid of the tokens and just link up.
Lost World Dino, Maybe Mystic
yes.
Mind Burn Mirror?
Maybe if they Ojama token me, but I mean, still. Well, I mean, it gives it a different name, which is kind of relevant because then you could just keep one monster out.
Fair enough.
So I mean, it's okay. Warlord, Link Rebo, Geiger got Cowboy because why not? Because Colt Behind the Cameraman suggested so. Just because for the memes. Ultimate Falcon. This actually got summoned once during the event. This was hilarious. I played against. This was during PK Orchest, game 1. Unfortunately, he still beat me anyways that game, but I was able to kill his Boral Sword the next turn. Or not his Boral Sword, but his Rusty Bardique. And game 2... No, it was game 1. Yeah, it was game 1. He actually had to make a Boral Sword, which was his only out to get rid of this. But he didn't have anything to put in defense, so he just swung for a bunch of damage, got over this, but he didn't have enough to game me. It's a good card, but it's just, if they have a really good winning board anyways, it's not as practical. But it's hilarious if you go against, like, Draco. I was prepared for the Draco matchup, more or less. Didn't play against them, so it is what it is. And 2 Exteria for Striker, and Last Warrior against any other combo-based decks. These are really just in here just because. I would definitely summon this against Striker, though, and screw Mystic Mine. I would just summon this against them. Like, this is so much better of a card against them.
I mean, basically a win con.
Pretty much. Waking the Dragon was just dumb.
And you did play 15 in the extra deck. You weren't.
Yes, I did.
You weren't progressive here.
14, 15.
All right.
And
for your side.
14 inside.
Why are you playing 14 inside?
I'm playing 14 inside because I didn't have my second wave motion cannon. That's the only reason why.
And you didn't want to fill in that spot with anything.
Yes, it was kind of last minute decision. It is what it is. This is the real MVP. Amano Iwado. This was so dumb against the Subterra matchup. This was stupid going second against a full board of Danger Thunder Guard Dragon because they would end a board with like Archfiend Abyss. They would end a board with as well as with Hope Harbinger, as well as like Ash in hand, if anything. This card was amazing against hand traps. Like Subterra Fetus can't do anything when you summon this, and then you just activate the field spell, then you just lock them out, and then they have no way to really get rid of that until they draw like a Twin Twisters. They're like, okay, I'm ready for this, and then it's like, wait, what? I can't play Yu-Gi-Oh with my hand traps. This was absolutely the most MVP side deck option I have ever chose, probably in any deck I've ever made. Just because this just turns off so much in the meta right now. Like, and especially this is 1900. This can run over like most Floodgate monsters, like Denko Sekka, which was brought up a couple times. I played against Danger Thunder Guard Dragon. They summoned Denko on me. I activated Mystic Mine while they had I summoned this, activated Mystic Mine while they had a full board, and I just ran over Denko, and then they're like, I can't attack next turn. And then it's also hilarious if you open this going first with the field spell, because you can like activate the field spell, and then normal summon this, and then this stays on the field during the end phase, and then they still can't activate monster effects. And then if they swarm the field, or if you flip Ojama Trio, they have 2 things saying no to monster effects, and they can't attack you anyways, so this card had a really good amount of synergy with this deck. Lava Golem. I would really realistically consider playing Spear Mode just because this conflicts with Demise and Duality too much. Spear Mode is just normal summon, tribute 3. But the problem is Spear Mode, it's okay against Thunder Dragons. Like, I never really tested it enough, but against Pendulums, that was kind of what I was more afraid of. But I'd really just play Spear Mode. I wouldn't play this in this deck. I wouldn't cite it. It's a noob mistake for those matchups. 2 Finger Tops. This actually came up against Tornado Dragon. They're like, oh, well, he's playing Duality and Demise. Side out 2 Duality. They have Tornado Dragon on board to pop the field spell. Drop this against Salamangreat. Swing over the Tornado Dragon. Then just pop the Roar, then activate the field spell. And it was really, really good for going second. Because I really, really wanted to focus this deck for going second, because everyone's going to try to side in things that just say no to your deck being able to play. So that was all right. Evenly matched. And Twin Twisters, of course. Twin did come in hand against Salamangreat. Evenly matched. I evenly Salamangreat like every game too. It was ridiculous. Balance of Judgment was stupid. Not to mention, if I didn't draw Balance of Judgment, I'd always turbo into it off of Extravagance, or I would. I never had to trap trick this or anything. It was really just open it or draw into it, and then that's it. So it was really good. I actually did Demise into this once when I had no other cards on field in hand. I top Demise and then draw evenly. And then the Terraforming. Yes, I would definitely side deck 2 Terraforming because the field spell is strongest going second when they actually have a field. And if you're playing against a field with multiple negates that's like not Nat Beast or anything, they don't have a way to stop multiple spells. Like, the most they're going to have is like 2 spell negates probably against Thunder Dragon. But even then, Colossus, yeah.
And
I really like how the deck performed.
any final words about how the deck performed?
Pretty much. Shoutouts to the Converse Squad.
All right.
And the girlfriend.
Always got to shout out the girlfriend.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you very much. This has been Converse Squad Gaming, signing out.